Hey guys, so quick message. It's time to trim your lamps. The other night, Yah woke me up with a message, a very clear message saying, take other Elohim out of your life, out of your house. I will not sit at the table with other false gods. And first I had to look at myself. And when I woke up, I read what I wrote because I didn't know what I had wrote in the midnight hour. And Yah began to speak to me and tell me that we all are walking around with false gods in our house because they're the little things, right? It's not always the big things. It's not always, oh, I'm sitting at a statue and I'm worshiping that statue. But sometimes it's simply the things that we put above him. And so in that, he brought me to Matthew 25. He had me reading Matthew 25 over and over again. I read it for about a week straight. And he kept bringing me back to the wise women who took oil in their lamps when the bridegroom came. And it says in verse 4, but the wise took oil in their lamps, in their vessel with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom comes. Go you out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go you rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And then we go to verse 13. It says, watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Adam comes. And so just coming to the fact that we have to be prepared. The last video that I made talked about the menorah, right? The menorah had to be burning day and night. And now we are that tabernacle. We have the oil within our vessel when we have his Ruach HaKodesh. And so the first thing to do is to get his spirit. Because if you don't have the Ruach HaKodesh, if you don't have his spirit, then you don't have any oil to burn. You have no lamp to burn. And then once you have his spirit, then you have to keep that menorah, that candlestick lit. So that means being obedient. That means going in and making sure that you're not holding on to anything from your past that is causing you to place something above him, right? And so that is what the process of trimming looks like. But those who were foolish, they didn't even have the oil in their lamps. And so they weren't even ready for him. And what does that look like? That means that you don't have his spirit on the inside. You don't even have oil. And you can't go and buy it. Why? They went and bought oil. They came back. The door was shut. So it was quick. It wasn't something where it was like, okay, maybe the door is still open. No, when he returns, it's going to be a quick transition. And it's going to be, do you have oil or do you not? And you can't go and buy oil. He's not going to accept any counterfeit of his spirit. He knows his spirit. He knows who possesses his spirit. He knows those who have been operating within his spirit and then bringing forth and bearing forth fruit, right? And so you can't buy it. It's not something you can get off the market. It's not something that you can go and try to do some sort of witchcraft or spell to switch destinies with somebody else. It's not going to work like that. Either you have his spirit or you don't. And the only way that you can get his spirit is going directly to the source, is going directly to him, is praying, asking for him to fill you with the thing that he promised, because it's a promise. It's not something that he's like, oh, it's only for these kind of people. No, it's for everyone who seeks him, who draws nigh to him, who's looking to have a relationship with him. And then it's a promise. Okay, then once we have the promise, right? We have the oil in our vessels. We have the lamp, and then we have the oil, right? So the lamp is the actual, it's his spirit existing inside of us, right? The oil in the lamp is the anointing that he gives, right? So the anointing comes through obedience. The anointing comes through walking in his word. The anointing comes through prayer and fasting and trimming of your lamp, letting go of everything that's not like him. And then he can come in and put more of himself in there, right? And so the menorah gets filled up, right? The lamp gets filled up with his oil. So when he's coming, when he's on the way, which is current, it's right now. He made it clear that this message is for right now. Trim your lamps. It's time to start looking at everything. Are you eating too much? Is food ruling you? Is food in charge of your members? Are you sacrificing to the belly god, and the belly god has more access to you than Yah, where he's asking you to come and sacrifice and deny your flesh and to fast and to have more of a close relationship with him? Are you sacrificing to music? Does music does it take up more space in your life than he does? If he tells you to stop listening to a certain song, will you stop? Or are you going to keep listening because that song makes you feel good or gives you a certain emotion, or you've been listening to it for however long and you feel like, well, I'm attached to this thing? What are your attachments? And I'll just speak for myself. My attachments was the identity that I had created, the identity that I thought was me, right? The things that I had done over the course of my lifetime, thinking that all these things made up who I was. But what he called me to do was to delete everything. He said, delete it. I had to wipe my hard drives. That required me to decrease so that he could increase. That required a trimming because I was putting all those things above him, and he wasn't able to then work in my life to bring me to the place that he wants me to bear forth fruit in his kingdom. Because that's all that we're here for it to do. And if you read further into Matthew 25, it kind of goes into that a little bit more. But this is where we're going to stop for this video. And I'll pick back up on Matthew 25 in the next video.